Even Santa won't be able to find you here, 8.
It's not Santa you have to worry about, 8.
Harley Quinn. You gotta believe me. I swear, I didn't.
That's why I didn't kill you yet, 8. Happy Hanukkah!
Isn't it Hanukkah? That's like Jewish Christmas, right?
Holy bat Christ. Jewish Christmas? It's the Festival of Lights. 8 crazy nights. Tonight's the last one. You know any Jewish kids growing up?
I grew up in a tiny town in the middle of nowhere. We didn't have many Jewish kids.
Doesn't sound like they celebrated Kwanzaa either. Well, since we got a couple of pages to kill, I'm gonna teach you the story of Hanukkah! It all began a long, long time ago. Over 2,000 years ago, back in Judea. The Jews who lived there were simple, hard-working farmers and shepherds. You know, real biblical types. And at the center of their world was the most fabulous temple you have ever seen. Its gates were inlaid in gold and silver, and inside was a light that always burned brightly. The Ner Tamid, aka the Eternal Light. But then something terrible happened. The evil king Antiochus IV came to power and forced the people to bow down before him and his gods. But Matthias, a priest, and his son Judah refused to kneel down. Judah was called the Maccabi, which means the hammer, and their followers were called the Maccabees. The Maccabees ran and hid in the hills from Antiochus. They may have been horribly outnumbered, but the Maccabees were fierce and determined fighters, and in the end, the Maccabees were victorious. Sadly, the temple was now in ruins, and they'd found just one small jar of oil to light the holy flame. It was only enough to burn for one night, but on the second night, the oil kept burning, and then a third night, and a fourth, and then a fifth, a sixth, and yes, a seventh night too. And then finally, on the 8th night...
What's the racket down here, Quinn? That's impossible.
The 789 gang wasn't dumb enough to betray the Joker, but too dumb not to listen to you, 9. And on the 8th night, the oil burned again. It was a miracle. I said it was a miracle.
Looks like you're all out of gas.
That's right, it was a miracle. The miracle of lights. Give me a hand, 8, or at least a couple of fingers. Grab everything. The temple was restored to its former glory, and Judah Maccabee declared that every year they would celebrate the 8th day of Hanukkah by lighting candles to represent the oil lasting 8 days and the rededication of the temple. And that, my 8-fingered friend, is the story of Hanukkah.
Harley, can I ask you something?
Depends.
So, is it Hanukkah or Hanukkah? Pop the trunk, I'll load the cash.
Beats me. I'm actually only half Jewish.